Okay, back to part one of your part two. I'm sorry it took so long, first of all, but I watched a little bit of where I left off. We're basically talking about your Aries moon and how you may react, and you act before you think, like I said, so it's acting before thinking, literally taking action and maybe doing things at times that are like, it's too much, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like I will physically do something or not, like I'm not saying like I would hurt someone, I have, but I'm saying, either, taking action, hitting something, breaking something, throwing your phone across the room. I do all of those things very often. It's an Aries moon thing. They're super, like most Aries are really into sports or really into like competitive things, physical violence kind of. So that's gonna come into play, physical violence. And I'm not saying, you're gonna like beat on people around you, but physical violence, just even like hitting something or throwing things, or going and messing up something of someone's when you're mad at them. It doesn't necessarily mean like fighting people all the time, like it depends. I don't, you know what I mean? But physical violence, not just beating someone's ass. Just be careful of that. As an Aries moon, I seriously recommend that you have a method that you use for yourself, like a word, and trust me, I have a word that I will say, or I used to say with my ex, where I would be like, it was like a line, and both just like agreed to stop talking right then and there until things progressed further, because with Aries moons, we're so explosive and like a volcano, and like it's just waiting and then waiting and goes up, it explodes and erupts, and it's a giant shit show, and then everything comes down, and you're just like, why is everyone mad? I'm not mad anymore. I don't even care. Everything's fine. And then everyone around you is just like, what's wrong with you? And like, you don't even know or care about whatever you were freaking out about for a second. So it's a very quick, reactive, and when they're mad, out of all the signs, out of all the moon placements and signs in general, in my opinion, Aries are the angriest in the sense that like when they're mad, fucking mad, like I said before. So it's really good, to have a method for yourself to cope with these anger problems that you probably have. Like I said, counting. There's something that worked for me, which I need to continue practicing, which is counting in my head when I'm like really getting mad about something. Count, whether it be to 30 or 15, whatever number you want to count to, just start counting in your head. Close your eyes before you say or act or do anything at all, and just count in your head. And let yourself think, like, am I really going to let myself waste energy being mad about something? And the best thing for Aries moons, and I think you already do this, and this is great, and I should do this. I need to go into like martial arts or like boxing, because we really need to like use that, like all of this energy that we have in ourselves towards something that's bettering ourselves, because we have so much energy. So use it towards something that's bettering yourself or your life, not something, and not use it towards all like being mad and getting fucking pissed and like just put that energy elsewhere and put it towards a focus. And say if you're mad at something, why don't you write out your feelings? You know what I mean? Which sounds so corny or whatever, but just start writing and just go crazy. Start writing. Who cares? Just keep writing your emotions. Just write all of your emotions. Keep writing all of it, and then you know what you should do with that piece of paper? Burn it. Let it burn. And it sounds crazy, but seriously, like releasing those emotions in a different way other than on other people or objects around you, use it in a different way. Project your energy elsewhere, because you have a lot of it and you want to use it wisely. Okay, so now let's go to your Mercury in Capricorn. Mercury is intelligence and the way that you communicate with people. So it's the way you think about things and the way that you speak to people. And yours is in Capricorn, okay? So another, like I said, Capricorn's an earth sign and a cardinal sign. So Capricorns, like I said, they're very work-oriented. They're very focused, driven, ambitious. They can care more about their own goals and their own future, and tend to overthink their own future, so much to the point where the people around them feel like they can't even connect with them at times, because they're so fucking like focused on the future and worried about the future and worried and stressed about this and that, and like they want everything in their life to go exactly the way they have it planned. And sometimes, you need to realize like things aren't going to go the way that you want them to all the time. And I feel like Capricorns are so like I need to know what's going on in my life, and I need to do everything perfectly because I need everything to end up perfectly for me, and blah, blah, blah. And that's what I'm thinking about is I'm stressed out all the time because I have this and this and this. I need to get this done. I need to do this and this and this. And I'm just like freaking myself the fuck out. Sometimes you need to stop, let yourself live, and stop freaking out about all these things that you have going on. I know you're a very busy person. I'm not surprised. It sounds like bullshit, but I think a big part of why you're such a busy person is because of seriously like your chart placements. You have so much cardinal, so much go in your chart, so that's why you have all these energies and all these opportunities and things coming at you constantly non-stop, and you want to handle it all and you want to take on everything, and you want this, you have a very set mind or set future plan for yourself, and when things come in the way of that for you, it's very frustrating. That's all you like, you know, you really tend to just non-stop think about what's going on. You start to think about people, you know, around or not around you. Stop thinking about people around you. Sorry, so it was a FaceTime call and it was like interrupting my train of thought. But you need to sometimes, like, it's good to work hard. You should always work hard at whatever you're trying to do. But you do that to a T perfectly all the time. Sometimes I think you really need to sit back and kind of ground yourself and be in the present moment. And if something doesn't go exactly how you planned it, or if you're worried about your future, just chill for a second, because you can't predict how anything in your future is gonna go. You can set up your future for how you would like it to become, and you can manifest most of that to happen for you. But things are going to come into your life, and obstacles are going to come into your life, and they're things that aren't, you know, you can't change. They're going to come, and you can't. I see Mercury in Capricorn just getting very frustrated when things don't go their way, or how they plan, or what they expected something to be, and it's like, you can't plan everything. You don't know the answer to everything that's going to happen in your life. You can do most of it, especially you can plan most of it, but not all of it. So when things don't go your way, you know, and then you have this Aries moon coming in, you know, all this anger and fire, so you probably get very pissed when, you know, you feel like things aren't going in, you feel like your life isn't headed in the path that you have planned for it. Take a step back. It is going in the way you have planned for it, but things happen, like your future, what you have planned for your future is going to happen, but it's not always in the way that you expect it. You know, there's always going to be shit that comes up, and that's not in your control. The only thing you have control over is your own emotions. And like I said with this Aries and Moon, like, that's something that I just feel like you really need to get control of, like, your emotions, because you're gonna start getting really pissed off in your work and with school if things don't go exactly how you plan them, and then you're gonna start self-destructing and projecting it onto people around you. I'm not saying you will, but that's like a very high potential for like kind of self-destructing and projecting this anger when things don't go your way. You need to trust the process, okay? Anyways, let's go on to Venus and Sagittarius. This is an interesting placement. It's interesting to me because I haven't really seen a lot of Venus and Sagittarius, but Venus is the sign of love and relationships, so how you are in love and relationships. Now for you, I think it's probably because Capricorn is ruling your chart so much that you're not like this, because Sagittarius are typically very freedom-loving, very optimistic, and very, very non-committal, okay? So, like, they just want to not this, sorry. They just want to, like, go. Sorry, people are fucking texting me and it's messing up. But, Sagittarius doesn't want to go with the flow. It's a mutable sign, right? So I was talking about Cardinal with you and how Cardinal gets what they want, takes action, blah, 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 they make moves. Mutable is kind of like in between Cardinal and Fixed, which Fixed, I don't think I already explained to you, it fixates on things, may like get stuck on a problem, situation, relationship, whatever the case may be, and think about it for a really long time, or just not be able to let things go very easily, listen to things on repeat, be obsessed with something, binge something, whatever. That's a fixed sign, okay? But mutable is right in between Cardinal and Fixed. So mutable, like I said, it can go either way. They kind of go with the flow. Oh, you want to come into my life? Sure, I'll talk to you. Oh, like, you're interesting, I'll talk to you, whatever. Doesn't really care. I'm talking in the fact of relationships. And even job opportunities say, mutable signs, that means like, you could be working somewhere and then, another job comes up, no, I'll do this. Oh yeah, I can try doing this. It's very open, right? It's very flowy, it's mutual, so, it goes either way. And that's your mutable, like pretty much only mutable is your Venus and Sag. So I don't see you being really like this as a person at all, actually. Because, like I said, Aries is chart ruler and it's cardinal, and then your like top three are all cardinal. I don't see you being a very go with the flow person. So I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna read a little bit more about Venus and Sag because I don't know a lot about certain placement. I just like to read about it, just so I can like kind of match it with like the rest of your chart and see like how that's gonna make you in relationships. Just because I don't think I've met a Venus and Sag. Friendly demeanor, always joking, always having fun, expression. Okay. Okay, so, oh my god, I forgot this whole thing. So Sagittarius is right. Sagittarius is very freedom loving, like I said, so like traveling, etc. So you probably love to travel with your partner. And I'm like saying this because I'm like, damn, like this is literally like if you look up Sagittarius, it's like traveling, freedom loving, optimistic. And so since your Sagittarius is in love relationships, probably travel with your partner. It even says here that you might have met your partner like somewhere that you travel to, which is not the case right now. But in future, if you don't end up with him, then it's very likely like your partners could be people that you meet like when you're out traveling. You might idealize your mate. And okay. Yeah, so it's So I'm honestly like surprised that you are in such a long-term relationship. Just because Sagittarius, like I said, I'm like trying to read about this and match it with your chart. But yeah, I mean, you have an ideal, like, so this is like another thing that or a thing that Libras and Sagittarius have in common. I'm a Libra Venus, is like you tend to romanticize people before you get to meet them. So you put this idea in your head of who that person could possibly be or who you would like them to be, or something else, and then obviously no one is going to be exactly what you like conclude and romanticize in your head about them. So when you find out that that person is not really the person that you thought they were or idealized in your head, that's when things start to go south very quick. Maybe in the past I've had a tendency to drop people very quickly. When you realize, oh wait, you're not what I thought you were. Okay, bye, next, moving on. So I'm just saying in the past. And yeah, it's really like, I don't know, Sagittarius is like the most non-committal sign ever, and it's like you've been in such a long relationship, and I'm like, I'm surprised. I need to look at your chart more, just because that doesn't really add up. But not everything on the chart. It's probably another aspect. Not everything is going to be like, you have another aspect. It probably isn't like somewhere in your houses of why you're in. I'm like tripping over the fact that you're in like a long-term relationship. Like it should be normal. It's just not normal if you're being sad. Because they want adventure. Like they want like freedom. They want to do whatever they want, and they need someone that's like, I just feel like you need, and I feel like Austin provides for you. I think that because Venus and Sagittarius likes the freedom wanting, so you need to do, and also you've got this Capricorn, this hardworking drive and nature and ambition and goals, so you really need a partner that is going to let you live your own life and do what you need to do to like continue, and they're going to be there for you and they're going to support you, but they give you that freedom. So I think I'm kind of tapping in more now to like, I don't think you're the type of Venus and Sag that